Hello, welcome to this channel Chemistry Made Easy by Dr. Ashok Murray. Last time we were discussing the formal charge and the calculation of this formal charge for various species, that is molecules and ions, etc. We have seen last time some examples for the calculation of formal charge. Today we will discuss the example of ion such as SCN-. So this has resonating structures as shown here. So this is first, second and third. So it is labeled as A, B and C. Here you will find that the SCN is represented in this way. S double bond C double bond N. Here S has two electron pairs and two electron pairs in bonding. So bonding has 4 electrons, means 2 pairs of bonding, 2 pairs of electrons of lone pair or non-bonding nature. Then carbon double bond nitrogen has 2 bond pairs. So the valency or the number of electrons around carbon are fulfilled as per the octet. The octet of sulfur is also completed. The valence electrons around the nitrogen are only 3 here, out of which 2 are used in bonding, 1 is unused. Therefore it has -1 charge. Similarly, this sulfur has 6 valence electrons. So these are 6 valence electrons and 1 more electron is here taken. So it becomes -1 charge. So carbon has 4 electrons which are satisfied here. Nitrogen has 3 electrons, so these are satisfied here by bonding. So here in the C structure, sulfur has these 3 bond pairs, means 6 electrons, and these lone pairs, they means 2 electrons. So 6 plus 8 means there is 1 positive charge with 3 electrons here and 2 electrons here. So valence electrons of sulfur are 3 and 2, that is 5. So 1 electron is less, therefore it is +1. And here nitrogen has 3 valence electrons, out of which 1 is used in bonding, 2 are here, so it has -2. So out of these 3 structures, the order of electronegativity is like this: carbon, sulfur, nitrogen. So carbon is least electron negative, sulfur is more electron negative, and nitrogen is most in these 3 elements. Now out of these, the structure with less charge, formal charge, is more stable. So A is more stable and the charge is more stable. Negative charge is more stable on more electronegative element, that is nitrogen. Here negative charge is on sulfur, which is less electronegative than nitrogen. Here nitrogen is having more negative charge, but there is charge separation, unequal charge separation. So this -1 and this +1 and -2 is not balanced. Therefore, this shows that this A structure is more stable, and therefore this SCN can be stabilized by formation of the molecule like this: H and double bond C double bond S. So this nitrogen will be attached to H plus ion, that is hydrogen atom, to form the H and CS molecule. So in this way, the structure is stabilized on the basis of the resonating structures in which the charge is least. Now we will see the next point. that is multiple bonding in compounds of beryllium and boron. Compounds of beryllium and boron. So we can have number of such examples. Now if we see here the beryllium will have the atomic number, we can say 4, this has 5. So when we see this beryllium, it has valence electrons. How many valence electrons there? 2. This boron has valence electrons 3. Valence electrons present in beryllium are 2. In boron there are 3. So this beryllium can form compounds like such as BF3 and BCl3, etc. So this boron can be here, it should be Be. So it should be BF3, BF2, BCl2, and here it should be BF3 and BCl3, etc. So these are some examples. Now if we see the structure of BF2, how it is shown in the simple form, there are 2 electrons of valence electrons of beryllium. Then it binds with fluorine using its electron. Similarly, the BF3 can have structure like this. So these are the various possible structures in which you will find that the octet is not completed. The beryllium is surrounded by 2 plus 2 means only 4 electrons. In this case, the boron is surrounded by how many electrons? 6 electrons. 6 electrons. So octet is incomplete. Octet is here also incomplete. So what happens when the octet is incomplete? When the octet is incomplete, the molecule in the monomer form, means in the single molecule, is not more stable. So in order to achieve stability and complete the octet, the monomer may undergo polymerization. It means it may be converted into either dimer or polymer. So this formation of polymers will give the stability. But this occurrence of the stable product depends upon the condition of temperature. Generally, when the temperature is very high, the monomers are existing. When the temperature is relatively lower, the dimer may be present, and when the temperature is again very low, the polymer can exist in the solid state. So physical states are also different. So physical states are like this. Phases we can see. Phases are gas, then solid or liquid, So depending upon also temperature conditions, low temperature, relatively high temperature, and very high temperature, or we can say here relatively, or we can say here in the gas phase. So in order to convert, you can say there are various high temperatures, but depending upon the temperature condition, the molecule may be either in gas phase or in the relatively liquid state, or it may be in the solid state. So depending upon these conditions, the polymer, monomer and dimer may come into existence. So such states, you can see here, the incomplete octets are responsible for the formation of either dimer or polymer. This is a very important thing here. So you will find that, so in some cases, the molecules of such type can achieve stability by the formation of double bonds, and because of this we can find the specific structure for certain molecules. For example, for BF2, we can have the polymeric structure like this, BF. So this is a polymeric structure. Polymer of BF2. So this is the structure of BF2. So this is a gas phase structure. The bond length is, we can say this bond length is 131 pm picometer. Whereas calculated bond length is relatively higher, that is 152. Calculated is 152 pm, and this is actual bond length. It means the bond is much shorter. This bond is much shorter. And because of this shortness, this bond has some partial double bond characters. So this BF bond will have some partial double bond characters. Similarly, another molecule, we will see another example, BCl2. BCl2. So this has also beryllium with shorter electrons in the valence shell. Therefore, the octet is incomplete, and this will also have probability of undergoing polymerization. But in this case, polymerization is limited up to dimerization. So we can get the structure like this. Cl So this is a dimer. So this dimer exists in the vapor phase. This dimer exists in the vapor phase. So depending upon the conditions or temperature available, the BeCl2 will exist in the dimer form when it is in the gaseous state or vapor state. Now, if we see a monomer, that is a monomer, but this monomer is not more stable because it exists at high temperature. When the temperature is high, the BeCl2 will exist in the monomeric state, but this is unstable. This is unstable. It will not exist actually because it is highly unstable due to required condition of very high temperature. Now, another third condition is a polymer which exists in the solid state. So here you can show here like this Cl . So this is a polymer. So this polymer exists in the solid state. So we will find that BeCl2 exists in three stages. One is the monomer, which exists in the high temperature condition and therefore it is unstable. Dimer exists in the vapor phase, means relatively at low temperature condition, but the polymerization is restricted to dimerization, and the polymer exists in the solid state. So it has structure like this. So this is also extended further. So we have shown here only some portion of it, like this. Now we will see another molecule. Another molecule is BF3. That is boron trifluoride. Now this BF3 has also bond length shorter and shorter than the single bond length. Therefore, it shows that it has some partial double bond characteristics. Similarly, the molecule can undergo, or you will see the structure of this BF3. So you can show the structure like this. this is NH3, this is BF3. So this BF3 is Levy's acid. This NH3 is Levy's base. So Levy's acid will attract or share this electron pair, and it will undergo the formation and erupt. So this erupt is so here the lone pair of nitrogen is shared with boron, and this is called a coordinate bond. This is called coordinate bond. So as a result of this, with the formation of the coordinate bond, the requirement of octet of this boron and this nitrogen is fulfilled. So both the independent unstable molecules are becoming more stable structure, and this resulting product is called an adduct, that is addition product. So with this we'll stop here and continue the topic in next lecture. Till then, goodbye. So keep watching this video and channel. So please subscribe to this channel if not yet subscribed. Press the bell icon button and like button. Thank you very much.